the last time we're going to get drunk and answer your questions for the rest of the year.
For 2023, not 2024.
No, not 2024.
Well, I'm not drunk yet. I'm just slightly tipsy. My tongue is thick.
Uh-oh. That means we get...
But not like your tongue, which is always thick.
Thank God. That's probably why I think going back to episode 1, why I should be more of a top, because guys love it when I rim them. I just send them to outer space. I mean, look at this.
Disagree. I disagree. I think your tongue is very unagile.
Oh, no. It's very, guys love it.
But it's not very athletic in your mouth.
Like I remember rimming a guy one time and I looked up and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he looked and he said, "I think I'm pregnant." This is reality case. This is AM Gay.
AM Gay.
This is AM Gay part 2.
This is part 2.
Y'all, we hope that you're having a good holiday, whatever you're celebrating. We're taking this time just to thank you all and give some questions from our RG Plus people. We love you very much. And this is just a thank you to y'all to just supporting us for the year. And hopefully we can go.
And 90 Day didn't air for 2 weeks, so we're doing something to keep you entertained while we're on our break.
To keep you entertained, because also some of y'all are going through it. Some of you were messaging us like 4 days ago. When is the gay Crappens thing dropping? I was like, girl, just wait a week.
Let me just say, it was Wednesday night that I went with my niece and nephews to ice skating. They're already insane. They were already insane 3 days after being out.
By the way, I'm shocked the kids you were being insane. I'm shocked that you didn't break anything of that.
I ice skated for like one go round because I imagined me falling and being bruised for a while.
Yeah. Oh, and then you still want to fuck people?
Yeah, and also, my elementary school music teacher was over at my house. Don't ask questions because they're long answers.
That's so gay.
Don't even start.
So gay.
But she's like, remember that you're an investment right now.
God.
No, but think about that. Think about it is, we've invested so much in like our brains and our jobs and everything like that. Our bodies are just not that, our bodies are fragile.
You got to get in CrossFit or something. You got to build your body.
I am very fit. I'm very strong. Everyone says so.
Oh, God. Someone did ask about
I'm stronger than you. I bet I could arm wrestle you and beat you.
Probably, because you've given way more
got
hand
noodle
job
arms.
than I have. I do. I have thin arms. But
I'm going to tell your Pilates instructor, who's also my Pilates instructor, you need to work on your upper arm strength.
We do work on that. I'm pretty sure, though, he does remind me.
Well, it ain't a-working.
Well, you aren't at my level of Pilates, that's for sure.
He says that I'm amazing.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, I'm doing intermediate stuff now, he said.
So am I.
No, you're not, he tells me.
No, he doesn't.
Actually,
that's not true.
The best part about all this, we don't even think about you. So no, we don't talk about you.
Pilates we don't talk about you either.
Yeah, yeah, like you don't ask. Did Maddie do that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I don't.
Yeah,
I pretend you don't exist when I'm in my Pilates instructions.
I actually don't have to pretend. That's one thing I'm letting go. It's other people's feelings and happiness. I don't think about you anymore. I really don't. I don't mean that in a mean way. It goes back to what I said. Y'all stop thinking about other people.
I'd rather you not think about me.
I don't. Somebody the other day said, is Jake with that guy? I said, I don't know. I don't care. As long as he's happy, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Do it.
When they ask me what your relationship status is like, I go, non-existent.
My relationship status is rich. I want to be rich and buy whatever I want.
Wow.
That's what I'm working towards. All right, let's do this. You had the first question and wait for you to go. Stop looking at your grinder. Pull up the question. Put it down.
Oh, this is a good one. Dream Happily Ever After cast. Mm.
You're not going to want
like who do you? In other words, who do you need to hear from? Who do you need to know what's going on?
I do miss. I'm excited. We're going to see him in the single life. I would watch Patrick and Thais just to see John, to see Sparkles troll Thais.
You know, I don't think you're wrong there.
I would enjoy that.
Mark and Nikki.
Yeah,
they're still together.
They're still they started to break up, and now they're back together. And
I would just want a camera there, and I would watch it and cringe the entire fucking time.
Oh, it's the same way. Like, put Eric and Lita back on Happily Ever After while she's going to jail and getting out of jail,
because they're still together, y'all.
Because they're still together, and she's going to be arraigned. I would have the cameras for her whole trial. I wanted that all. Wow, we really want the gross stuff.
I kind of do. As far as the fun stuff, I would not mind. See, I'm a little torn because, like, do I want to just watch them to see how they're going, or I kind of wish Happily Ever After was like 90 Day Diaries, but actually filmed by a crew. And so we didn't have to follow a through line. Because I wouldn't mind seeing what Kara and Guillermo were up to, but maybe they don't have problems.
I don't think they really have problems, but I enjoy them. In the same way you mentioned them last episode, but I would love to check in on Kyle and Noon.
Oh, I love them. They'll never film again though, because
he told us. He told us.
He basically went, I kind of told them to fuck off.
Yeah, he's like an amazing realtor up in Portland.
Oh, he was
Northwest area. He's doing well.
He was so high and started rubbing my back when we were talking.
He was so sweet. I don't think he rubbed your back.
He rubbed my back.
I don't believe that. I didn't see that. He was high. I'll give you that, but I don't think I think you were secondhand high and thought he rubbed your back.
I actually grabbed his hand and made him rub my back. The result's the same.
That's okay. I would. Who else? Happily Ever After. You know who I wouldn't mind seeing me and Omar.
Oh, Avery and Omar.
I wouldn't mind seeing them. And it's been a while, y'all, but I love watching Rebecca chew on the side of her cheek, worried about Zied.
They're kind of funny together.
They are funny together.
Yeah. That's a good one.
I think all of these, this is a good cast. You're welcome, Matt Sharp.
I would really enjoy, I can't believe I'm saying this. I wouldn't mind seeing Scoodly Poop and Alina. Steven and Alina.
They're still together.
They are.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's something sick about you.
I know.
Wow.
As soon as I said that, I was like,
okay, you killed that question.
But y'all, we're gonna be treated to the most dramatic motherfuckers in the world. We know we're getting Ashley and Manuel, and I know it's because people talk about them a lot, and I know that's why we're getting them, but it's going to be exhausting. That I think the next Happily Ever After, we know we're going to get Bilal and Shida.
Yeah.
We're almost certainly. I'm not sure if we're going to get Angela and Michael.
I think we will.
Really?
Yeah. With the way Last Resort ended and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think either Liz or Ed will be on because
are they apparently not together now?
They're not together anymore.
Thank God.
Supposedly,
he'll be on Single Life.
Not this season.
I can't believe I'm saying this, although I wouldn't mind seeing Colt and Vanessa. Just because Debbie now lives in Canada. Just kind of seeing what is Colt like without we've never seen Colt without his mother living in the same town as him.
Interesting.
But he says they're never going to do anything either. So
yeah, since he broke his leg on the trampoline.
Yeah.
I kind of think that I wouldn't mind. I kind of want to. I want to see. I wish that Happily Ever After did the same format as Diaries, where we didn't have to follow someone all the way through.
Yeah, where it was just like we might see them an episode or two or three, and then that's it. I agree. But
Okay,
I
let's
think,
move on.
yeah,
Oh, sorry.
I think they worry about people not being invested in the show then, but I agree. That would be nice.
Okay.
You and I like more docuseries stuff, but whatever.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
Your turn.
Moving on. Okay. Y'all, this one is, we had several people ask. People asked if I was happy with the results of my plastic surgery, any regrets. And they said, I can't believe how natural it looks. Love you too. They wrote their name. It's from Heather in Vancouver, which maybe we'll be there, Heather. Maybe we'll be there.
Hint, we will.
Yeah, maybe we'll be in Vancouver. Yeah, we better. I want some. Oof. I said Canuck fuck.
There is hot dick in Vancouver. Yeah. I've heard.
You've heard.
I've heard.
You've heard.
I've heard.
Y'all, if you want more details about my plastic surgeon, one of you asked, Dr. Jason Rouge at UCLA posted on his Instagram. I said, go ahead and you can post. I have no secrets. So he posted everything and I put it on my Instagram. So you can see.
You had to scroll down to see all the things they had added to you.
There was all but no, I am exquisitely happy. And the reason, if you ever are looking into plastic surgery, I'm telling you, the way to do it is to follow their Instagram and see what their surgeries are, but not right after. If you want to see their post-op photos, not right after the surgery, but look the doctors that have like the 2-month, the 3-month, the 4-month follow-up, and you see how people healed. That's where you're going to find your best results. But my neck, that I've wanted to do that, y'all, since I was literally, I remember a sophomore in high school. So I'm very happy I did it. I feel much more like myself. And Can I
just ask you, what made you, as a sophomore in high school, want plastic surgery? Like, did you know it existed and you were that disappointed with your appearance?
Well, all my aunts had it done. So people in my family, everybody had, because I've talked about this a little bit before, but I didn't do like a neck lift. Like when somebody has an old sagging neck, I didn't have a sagging neck. I had an excess amount of saliva glands. So they actually had to take out like structure from my neck and rebuild the
neck.
I
said, they took out a chamber.
They did. It was a 6-hour surgery. And it's very involved. And not a lot of surgeons did the kind of surgery I had. But actually, the most response, because I was a little tentative. I'm like, do I share this or not? Because I don't want this to be what everybody thinks about when they think about me. But the most response I've ever had to any post I've ever posted in my life was that post of people saying, I've always wanted this and I don't know where to ask, or I'm so afraid, or I don't want to talk about it. So I think a lot of people get good plastic surgery, but we just don't see it. But for me, so that's why I'm talking about it. But if you don't want it, that's fine. Do your life. It's all your own decision. But yeah, my Aunt Peggy had it. Aunt Darla had it. I'm pretty sure Uncle Leonard had it. So I was interested in that. And I think a lot too. I think a lot comes to, just being like, as a young gay kid, we're looking at these movie stars and celebrities that Brad Pitt or whatever, these beautiful men. And you're seeing that, I don't have, I wanted a jawline that was more like what I was seeing. So I think that's where the genesis. But honestly, I did it for myself, but also I did it as an actor. I want to work more, and I look I look on screen and I see what's being cast. Someone with kind of the type of like profile that I had does not get cast very rarely on television.
I agree with you.
That was really a big thing that pushed me to do it.
And I wonder, and this is what I've thought in the past, but I don't know if I think this anymore, because both your nephews have the same type of neck.
My whole family does, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a genetic thing, yeah.
But I wonder if it's because you weren't a traditional, I'm trying to say this the nicest possible way, a traditional man who, where you're going to get a woman who likes a big like thick neck.
Well, but like actually, this surgery, like men getting their jawline, my doctor was telling me at UCLA, he says, I'm starting to do a lot of them on men, straight men as well, just because we're such in this Instagram culture and everything.
But in California.
And that's true in California. In Oklahoma, somebody would never do that. So, and then since I was under, that's where I've always said like I would get a forehead lift or I would do that. And so it was just, if you're going under for 6-hour surgery, it was actually my mother who said, well, honey, you might as well get your forehead lifted if you're going to go under. And so, but I think the reason is people, even you, what I knew the test of this is even you couldn't bitch about it. Even you would like, that looks pretty good.
I honestly think you look really great.
It's finding a good doctor who does really natural stuff. I researched for about 7 months looking at doctors' Instagrams. And
I'm glad I didn't see you with like the wires and the flams.
No, I didn't show you valves. Until like, but I had no pain, absolutely no pain. Sleeping on my back was shitty, and I had like little drains that didn't hurt, but they were annoying. But anyway,
that's the grossest part of plastic surgery for me.
It wasn't enjoyable.
To be honest, like the only thing I would get done is under eye stuff.
And I had a lower bleph, and it's great.
Yeah, I actually like the shape of my face. I like the shape of my jawline. I like how I look like the rest of my family.
I think also it goes back to what I was talking about first episode about self-help. Is that it's something I always wanted done, but I didn't ever pursue it because it felt shallow or conceited or arrogant for me to really focus on myself. And so it really was this this radical way of saying, no, I've always wanted this. I don't care what other people think. I want to do it. It's for myself. And it's like a step towards self-love. So for me, that's where it came from. And I
love that.
I think that's where if you do anything like that, it needs to come from that place, not from, even though I love them, not from a Darcy and Stacey place of trying to look like someone else or this or that. Anyway.
I'm going to do a more Broadway corner centered question. And I know you've seen at least one of these shows, but she says, or
State Fair.
That's the only Rodgers and Hammerstein piece to be done as a movie before it's a stage show. But she says, would love y'all's expert opinion on the 3 most recent mainstream musicals I've unfortunately seen most recently: Hamilton, Jagged Little Pill, and Moulin Rouge.
They were upset that they saw all 3 of them?
No, I think they were just giving a general idea.
Okay. I've only seen Hamilton.
I think Hamilton is a piece of genius. It knows the era. It is centered in the era it was written in, which is, I cannot talk about that being so important. And it's a piece for the time. It also has a lot to say about storytelling instead of just telling a narrative. Here, A, B, C, D, then this happened, storyline. Do I think that it is the catchiest musical theater piece with every song's a banger? There are a lot of bangers in that show, but the overall genesis of the work and how smart the work is, I can't deny that. And it is so smart, and it is so fucking brilliant. And the only problem I have with the show is it's about too many things. As I've said before, Jagged Little Pill was a debacle.
I want to say I purposely.
Oh, sorry.
I don't want to see that. Like I don't think there's anything else to say. Like everything you said, everybody else has said. I agree with about Hamilton. I had no desire to see it.
Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah,
I love Alanis music. I love Alanis Morissette. I love her lyrics. The show was like a bad woke seminar on everything that people in 2022 or 2023 buzzwords. I cannot tell you how terrible it was. And the sound was awful. And
No,
like
I don't want to see
the most tangential characters sang the biggest songs. And then at the end, there was this weird protest about sexual assault, but the girl who had been assaulted was not even important, and we didn't really care. Like, it was so awful. If it is touring, y'all, please don't go see it. You'll just be infuriated.
Yeah, I don't.
It was terrible. Moulin Rouge, I saw. The spectacle of Moulin Rouge is impressive. The arrangements are great. It feels like you're seeing an orgy where no one really comes.
I saw the movie, and the movie was visually stunning, and it kind of took me to another place, and the movie was great, but I don't want to see a stage show of that. I'd rather just watch the movie.
It's impressive. The arrangements are, it's like, when you're having, like, if you've had a meal where everything is rich. And you can only take a bite of everything, but you're forced to eat the whole thing. That's what Moulin Rouge feels like to me. Yeah.
I would not go, like Jagged Little Pill, I would actively not go see that because it's a type of music I don't. But I would see Moulin Rouge. I just
here's the thing. You are it's not that it's bad, because it's not. It's just that you feel like everything has been turned up to 11, and it's great for people, and this is going to sound super elitist. It's great for people who are at a 3 the whole time. Does that make sense? In other words, you need to be excited so much to get to arousal so you can get to 6. I'm like at 8 to 9 all the time.
I don't think you're talking about the musical anymore. I think we need to move on. I'm worried where you're going with this.
Anyway, those are my opinions. Go see Hamilton anywhere you can. You'll love it. Jagged Little Pill skipped completely. Moulin Rouge, if it's touring, you'll like it. Go with a couple of drinks so you'll be a little deadened. Wow. Yeah. That's what I've been. The Elephant Love medley is incredible. Some of those arrangements are so smart. But the whole thing without a Baz Luhrmann lens feels extremely cheesy, because even the Baz Luhrmann lens was cheesy, but it moves so fast and it's like hyper real.
The movie was just it did have this kind of like beautiful dance to it, and I don't feel like that could be captured in a stage show.
It's not replicable on a stage. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
There you go. What's your next one? Now that I've completely destroyed those other 2 shows.
Let's see. Where were we? Somebody asked this. Y'all, Kim and Kyle from Cray Cray are gorgeous. He is a very tall,
bearded here, sweet man.
Bearded man. And she has purple hair with rainbow stripes.
She does not have purple hair.
She's a very cute woman as well. And that's all we'll say, because we want to respect their privacy. But I appreciate it. We love Kim and Kyle.
They're more attractive than they have a right to be.
I will say this. If Jake and I because somebody even asked, like, have we ever dated the same guy? We don't, because we're not into the same type of guy. If we were at a bar and Kyle was there, we both would kind of want to get drunk with Kyle and try to sleep with him separately.
He's too straight, though.
But that's why we would want to get him drunk and try to sleep, because he's so straight. But he also is so just like his attitude, and he's tall. Yeah, you actually, he's probably more your type than mine, and you would be shameless.
Agree.
All right, go ahead.
This is a good question, but it sounds like a humble brag, but I just want to bring it. I want to because I love this part of us. but I want to talk about it.
Oh God, what is it?
This says, I appreciate how authentic you guys are. How did you get to the point where you were able to be unabashedly yourself on the podcast? Because
no choice.
yeah, I think that's part of it. But
Yeah.
and I'm not, and y'all know me, I'm always going for the more authentic. That's why when I think of something, I have to say it because I feel like I'm not going to be authentic if I don't say it.
Or it's sometimes inappropriate.
But for me, that's authentic.
It's debatable.
You know what I think it is? It's they say, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice. That's part of it.
I thought it was fuck a director.
That's the quick way.
That's a quick way.
No, not a director or producer.
Yeah, that's true.
I really, that's really flattering for me, because I hope we come off as authentic, because you're kind of seeing us, and we decided a long time ago when we first started this, and I don't think either of us know really how to be any other way, is, and that's what makes us laugh. If it feels inauthentic, we don't think it's fun. Yeah. And if it doesn't feel right to us.
Well, again, I go back to my first response. We didn't have a choice. We were effeminate, gay, prancing little boys in the South.
Mincing, prancing fags.
We were like, it was, it's, I used to be like kind of, I would think I would have jealousy of people who could fly under stealth and like not, and you wouldn't know that they're gay. And now actually I'm so grateful that I didn't have that, because I think I would have been in the closet way longer. I think I would have hid myself more, but it was just, this was who I was. I talk this way, I walk this way. And so I feel like it wasn't just a decision on the podcast. It was a decision in my life, especially as an actor. And with you and I doing stuff in the performance spaces, I had to decide early on, like as a host and stand-up comedy and all that, kind of like the thing that I always thought was holding me back is actually the thing that makes me unique and propels me forward. Yeah. And I have to embrace that.
I think authenticity is the highest form of self-love.
Yeah, I agree. It's back to what we talked about in the first episode of like knowing thyself and like really working to know yourself on a deeper level continuously.
And the more you can say, the more you can not reveal in a way that feels like you're just like selling yourself out or just doing it to get clout or anything like that, because that's not what we're doing. I think it always, for us, part of it just feels good of giving away details and being authentically us feels like we're being closer to who we really are every time. Yeah. And the more we discover, the more we're like, because I think we surprise each other every time when we come up with something, especially if I'm talking about something sexual.
I think improv, me taking improv class, you've done, like, I think improv is if you're kind of nervous to find yourself, take an improv class, because you have to be in the moment to do improv. Yeah. I think everyone should do it. But I've said that before. Good question.
I think authenticity it's one of my kind of like buzzwords, and I love it. I love talking about it. It's really what we do when we're talking about reality TV, is because the reality TV is really the cult of being authentic.
Yeah, and when it's not,
and finding that, and so we kind of followed what interests us in that way. Yeah. So, okay, your turn. Right.
Next, it's a quick one. Do you guys do the likes on the Patreon comments, or does Christina do those? No, that is us. We read the comments and we like them, and we respond.
We do on RG Plus. That is us.
That is us, yeah.
And I would say almost always, if you're DMing us on Instagram, you're getting one of us.
It's usually, I honestly, it's getting now as we grow. I would probably eventually like for that. Not because I don't love talking to people. It's just sometimes it's a lot and we spend a lot of time doing that. And I think Jake and I are trying to really try to put our energy in 2024 and more into creative things to create things. But at the same time, I also love responding to that because we love talking to you guys. So, but yeah, on Patreon, especially on Patreon, or Supercast has comments, but they haven't really figured out how to get that to work well. But that's always us. We're always responding to that, and it's not Christina nor Caitlin. So,
it's us.
It's us, these two bitches. So there you go.
Is it my turn?
Poodle. I'm just going to add, this is another quick one. It's going to be your turn. But what kind of clock was Timey, R.I.P.?
Timey was a dream sky or a dream ski. We weren't sure, really. Sounds like a Russian lover.
I want to say dream ski. We got it on Amazon for $8.
And I want to, someone said this in one of the RG Plus comments, that they didn't think it was fair to the new Timey to be called Timey 2 because Timey 1 had earned his name and had been so helpful.
Okay.
And you are right. The new Timey will have a new name. We will decide that it will not be. We will retire Timey. We will send Timey into the West.
Into the West. It will be clock related, the name. We promise. We can't name it Ralph.
Cogsworth.
Wait, did you say Coxworth?
Cogsworth.
Okay, I kind of like that.
But it's not analog.
It's actually, this brings me to another question. Someone said to me, and today on an Instagram thing, they were telling bye to me, and they said, Happy Holidays. And I went, why have we never said Happy Holidays?
It's too easy.
But this is a bit of a spoiler. Some of you asked about this. We were messaging with Ellen and Joey, and we were planning on doing a collab with them next year.
From I Think Not.
I'm sorry, from I Think Not. So she's the one who said Happy Holidays, and I went, why didn't I ever think of that?
So anyway. Y'all look forward to that I Think Not collab. Coming up.
We said it next.
We're quite excited about it.
We are. Okay, you can pick the next one. Go ahead. Sorry, I gave you like two short ones.
Jesus,
you're fine.
This is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
What was your reality show highlight of 2023?
That's easy for me.
Well, what is it? Don't just say it.
Having Mary back on the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Full stop. All Mary, all season, just Mary. Like not one moment, just finding out when and probably if I did have to one moment is when Mary finds out that her son's already been married for like several months or a year, and she's like, "What?" And her eyes bug out, and she kind of does it.
Or when they didn't have room service at the Trixie Motel.
Yes.
Sorry, or Dom Perignon was what was it?
So it truly is. It's so funny. I think my highlight would be. I think why I picked Salt Wives is because I just have joy for that show because we don't watch it or we don't cover it. Because y'all, when we cover a show, we love covering shows, but then it becomes a little bit like work. So I don't go into it with that brain set. It's like something. So that was my highlight. What was yours?
Are you kidding? Scandoval.
Yeah.
It was, y'all, Scandoval 8 this year.
It really did.
You could not go anywhere without Scandoval. I had to do a complete dissection on the show about what Scandoval was. I had to tell you, which I'm still annoyed that I needed to.
Yeah. Who knew? I was sitting by Ariana's boyfriend right there at the show, Dancing with the Stars. She didn't win though, did she?
No, she didn't. She's fine though. She's going to be in Chicago.
I will say on a personal level, like what was my personal highlight of this year was meeting Anfisa.
Oh yeah, at the villains premiere.
That was a huge. Yeah. That was really exciting and fun.
I gotta say also, doing the Golden Bachelor and doing something that we don't normally do
Yes.
for us was really exciting. And and then and basically every time I hear him, I only hear Warren Jeffs.
I know.
And ruin. You know what? And ruining that for people. And turns out the thing about him, y'all, he's a money grabber just like the rest of us.
He read the book of Poodle.
He chose Teresa because she's loaded.
Yeah. Sure did. Sure did.
I can't fault him.
I can't either.
And also, he had 2 Pitbull songs on a playlist, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I thought people loved Pitbull.
Douchebags love Pitbull.
Really?
Where are
I thought
you?
Pitbull was beloved by people.
I
don't know.
People who are at raves and people who go to boat shows.
Okay.
You don't know who he is, probably.
He's a rapper in Florida, right?
He's Puerto Rican, I believe, or maybe Cuban.
Oh.
Why don't you look it up before you can speak on it?
Okay, sure. What's our next question?
I just did one.
Oh, you did? But didn't you highlight them? I didn't highlight them.
I said, what's your reality show highlight of 2023?
Oh, I already said that. What? No, what's the next?
You've been drinking.
I have. I didn't highlight them. You did.
Oh, so you're letting me do all this? So I'm picking the rest of it?
I can't find the question that I wanted to.
Oh my God. I
What?
want
We
to be
did
there. I want to be there
timing.
so I can hit you in the face.
Well, oh, by the way, I want to answer this actually. We didn't talk about this, but I wanted to. Someone said when we fill in for people or vice versa, then they fill on our show, do we pay one another? We do not.
This was so like this was such a pure question.
Other shows might. We
do
can't
not
speak for other shows. I would say for most shows, we do not. It is all a camaraderie.
We're all friends in the podcast
friends.
Community. And also, y'all, we're all getting basically we make our money through ad revenue. So you do it just to be friends. You do it because you're all creators.
Well, and the only reason we are here is because when we first Kim and Kyle, and
people
then
like
also
Kim and Kyle, Mary Payne
had a song "Pain in the Pot."
Ronnie and Ben,
Date
with Dateline.
Oh yeah,
Ryan Bailey.
All these people had us on their show.
Yes,
and then that's why when we try to support
Married to Reality,
when we have docu-sweeties or another Below Deck podcast, we want to support.
It's paying it forward because we're all in the same community and we're not competitors. Everyone listens to everyone. And even though some people will say, oh, I like this person but more than this, or I like this, we don't care. I'm glad that you do. But like, as long as we can all support each other as a community, great.
Yeah. So because at the end of to get to this level of podcasting where you're having an audience and people are responding to it, and for a lot of us now it's our living, it's also a lot of work. And I don't mean that like, oh, we all work so hard. It's not a hard job, it's a joyful job, but it's still a lot of time. And so we just I don't know, there's someone, I feel like every podcaster that we meet, that we talk to that's doing this, I think what I love connecting with them, it feels like we've all been in the same trench and like figured it out and worked our way up. And it feels just very much a camaraderie.
And like, honestly, most of the podcasters we know want to help each other out.
Yeah.
Because we know how hard it is, and we know how like you can work and not make any. We were like in the early days, like, we were getting. Remember when we were getting like 100 listens a month?
Oh yeah, I remember when we got excited the first month we had 1,000 listens. We were like, oh my god,
that was huge. I think that was with Southern Charm.
Yeah, no, that was before. No, we were getting like 2,000 to 3,000 on Riverdale, because remember we did the collab with Swimming in Sweetwater, and that kind of bumped us up. I love them; they were a great show. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. Okay, what's the next question?
I guess I'm doing them all.
No, I just did the one. I just picked it. Don't you come for me. I just picked it.
I'll come for you if I want to come for you.
Oh, you're getting drunk.
What is Piano Cat's perfect romantic evening?
Fucking.
I described it earlier, and it is thus. I've ordered pizza.
Oh,
you come
talked
over
about it in detail.
And by the time we're done fucking, we eat pizza. The pizza ideally comes right at the same. The pizza is set on the mat at the same time I climax. So the only thing there is to do is get towels and wipe off, and then we eat pizza.
I hope you're happy, whoever asked this. Do you feel better about yourself? Huh, Janelle? Or whoever your name is?
And of course, there's like chocolate fingers and hot chocolate afterwards.
I don't know if that's real hot chocolate or you're talking about nasty butt play or scat. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't do scat.
I don't know.
No offense for those who do, but it's not for me.
Well, okay. Well, one more question, then we'll do our last question. It was, where is it? If we had a chance to be a part of a TLC show, which show would you do? Which TLC show would you be on?
I don't know.
I had to look. What all TLC show?
I think I would do. I'm trying to think about other TLC shows that I know that aren't 90 Day.
MILF Manor?
Absolutely not. Can we open that to reality shows?
They said TLC. You can say reality. I could tell you what I think what TLC show you would be on. I think you would either be on Return to Amish because you would be fucking a guy who was in the closet.
Oh my God, you're Amish. Right. That's so hot.
Or
with those fucking suspenders.
Yes. Or you would be on Love in Paradise because you would fall in love with an island man. With a big, big dick.
I don't know if I would fall in love that easily. I need to be in some place where I con someone. Could I be on Marrying Millions? That's the show that I would really be on.
That's a WeTV show, I think, right?
No, it's Lifetime.
Lifetime. Yeah, because if we're going to play that game, y'all, I'm going to be like, yes, I don't know what TLC show. I would like to be on Dr. Pimple Popper.
Murray and Murrayers for me.
I love Dr. Lee. I'd love to be, but I don't think I would ever let a growth grow that long on me to be on Dr. Pimple Popper.
No, they really let those things go.
Yeah, they get people. Y'all know I'm a popaholic, y'all. I love it. I watch it at night before I go to bed. I watch their Instagram. It relaxes me.
You're sick.
But they get people. I don't know where they find people with no teeth, but they have casting people that go up in mountains and just find people.
They find mountain people.
It's mountain, and so
mountain.
But I would say, honestly, let's be real. If there was a show that I would ever realistically be on, it'd be Love After Lockup. Let's be honest.
You'd be Joy Nomi.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, that's so real. You're so Joy Nomi adjacent.
That would be me.
7 years talking to a guy on the phone.
That would be, again, old Matt, not new Matt, because now new Matt doesn't really trust people that much. So we're working on that. So Joy Nomi is a little too trusting. But yeah, Love After Lockup, y'all, for sure.
Should we close it out with our final question?
Sure, which was ironically the last question we received. So how fitting.
Our last question is, what are your wishes for each other this new year? Okay, you go first. Ahead. No, that's fine.
I really want I want you two things. My hope for you is that um you are able to have full artistic freedom in your endeavors that you are wanting to be creative in, because I know that's something that you struggle with.
Well, thank you. It is something I
It
struggle
is.
with.
I
Thank you.
want you to feel a freedom in that to do whatever you want, and also I want. I think I want for my other hope for you is that you because y'all, Poodle acts like a big badass bitch and all this stuff, and you've said
I
this,
am.
but also a lot of that comes out because y'all, she's got a bark, but she has no bite. She's
How dare you?
You don't. You're much more of a tender heart and a very sensitive person.
I
And
am. I am tender-hearted.
You are tender-hearted.
Y'all, that's code. That's code for gay in the South.
That is gay
He's
for
so
gay.
tender-hearted.
But especially I know, and like I hope that you, because ironically, I know y'all think he does, but he struggles the way we all struggle sometimes listening to that inner voice and following that thread. And I
Yeah.
hope you follow that inner voice thread.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish
God.
that you know your worth this year
Thank you.
and find your worth because you're very worthy.
I am. I need to hear that. Thank you.
And you just got to stop being so goddamn desperate. And basic.
Worthy, but basic. That's the title of my third book.
Yeah. You're worthy, but you're basic.
Well, it's good. It's, it's good that I don't really want to have sex with anyone and I don't want anybody to touch me because that's what gets me into trouble.
I still want to write your profile because I think I could get you some interesting
you give me
dick.
You give me the wrong type of dick.
Ooh.
It would not be good.
Desperate ginger who wants to walk on the wild side.
I don't really though want to walk
crazy options always considered.
No, it really is. And I think I'm going to
I have a pup mask. I can borrow it.
Oh, God. Yeah. Thank you for finally admitting you have the pup mask. You've been alluding to it. We all knew.
No, I was saying you were saying that.
Oh. Well, I'm glad. I hope you admit that at 24. Just admit you have a pup mask and a pup tail.
I don't because it would impinge on my breathing. A tail is a different thing.
You should get a pup tail. Anyway,
I'm just like you can. I'm just like wagging my tail all the time.
I'm here for it. Again, follow the thread. Do you?
Oh, speaking of, Muffin is just like wagging her tail at the door.
Poodle's got to go because he's.
I gotta go let in Muffin because she's cold.
All right, everybody.
It's fucking freezing here in South Carolina.
Happy or Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy Holidays.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We're doing this actually on the solstice. Happy solstice to our people that celebrate solstice.
Happy winter solstice.
The days get longer. We just want to remind you, if you're going through it and you're having a wonderful time, feel the joy and spread the joy. If you're not going through it, it's a hard candy Christmas for you and you're going to be fine. Just know that we're thinking of you. We hope this gave you some time. Just remember, this shit's going to change. Things will get better. Right, Poodle?
Yeah, things will change. It's not always going to be like this.
It's not always going to be, because Poodle's eventually going to leave South Carolina and go home.
Do you have an American flag behind you?
I do. It's my grandpa's flag when he died and they buried him. Because he served in the military.
Wow. Buzzkill.
Thanks for ending the show on that. Yeah. That's my grandpa in the Navy.
Is his ashes there?
No. He's buried in Marietta, actually. Remember when we talked about Marietta today where McGee
was? I don't give a fuck.
Anyway, that's where he is. All right, everybody. That's the show. Lastly, we want to give you guys. We've already thanked our podcasters we've been on their shows, but No way would we had such a wonderful year if it wasn't for Caitlin and Christina.
Yes, the two stars of what we do. The
pillars of these gays.
Like holding they are like the two people holding my legs open.
Oh, Christina's going on vacation, or she's going back home to the Philippines for like a month in February.
Ooh,
I'm terrified.
We gotta go rescue her from that cult.
I'm terrified of what's going to happen without her.
She's gonna go the church that Tariq and Hazel went to.
Yeah, probably. Probably. But truly, y'all, they are. And lastly, thank you to Frank, too, our intern.
Yes.
They've all been so wonderful and so supportive.
We are truly blessed.
We are blessed and highly favored.
Blessed and highly favored.
All right, everybody. We'll see you.
I need to go sit by the fire, and Muffin's going to probably go up and like try to fight with me.
Probably. Y'all, happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We love y'all. We'll see you in 2024.